Hey, the very first time you hit play on the Yamaha R-N800A, there's this instant sense that your whole music setup finally got it right, like the soundstage stopped feeling flat and started feeling connected to what you're actually listening to. This is for the person who's grown tired of weak, muddy audio from basic amps and receivers, who sat through playlists that sounded okay but never alive, who knows that a track can be so much more when the system actually serves the music instead of just passing it along. You don't just listen, you feel when something sounds intentional. Before anything else, check current price and stock so you know what you can lock in right now. Gear this refined doesn't hang around at stable levels once people realize what they're missing. You probably knew it was time to upgrade after one too many nights where your favorite songs felt thin and distant instead of rich and layered, or movie soundtracks lacked depth and presence. Maybe voices in podcasts felt hollow, or the thump of a kick drum never had real impact. You found yourself turning up the volume thinking more would help, and it didn't. That's the point where you realize you're done compromising and want something that actually keeps up with how you want to experience sound. Swapping to this Yamaha feels like a quiet release. Suddenly your speakers don't just emit sound, they project it. The music doesn't hide in corners, it sits in the room with you. Vinyl through the phono input gets the respect it deserves. Digital tracks through the built-in DAC feel clean and crisp instead of washed out. You hear detail you forgot was there, like a lead guitar picking that used to blur now feels present in the mix, or vocals that finally sit forward and grounded instead of floating unattached. In real life this changes how you experience music every day. You start your routine with playlists that actually feel like playlists, dynamics, emotion, nuance, not just noise. You watch films where the score doesn't just play, it supports what's on screen. Even casual background listening starts to feel intentional because the whole system isn't fighting your content, it's complementing it. The performance you feel here isn't about flashy numbers, it's about confidence. Once you've lived with sound that finally keeps pace with what your ears expect, anything weaker feels like you're only partially there instead of fully present. If you're even a little curious, don't let random stock dips or price swings make the decision for you. Network receivers with this level of refinement get snapped up quickly once people hear what they actually do. You might hesitate, wondering if an integrated receiver can really sound that much better. That doubt melts the moment music opens up with clarity and detail instead of feeling boxed in. The built-in network features don't fight with your setup, they integrate smoothly so streaming and local sources feel effortless. One pleasant surprise most people don't expect at first is how balanced everything feels. Not just louder bass or brighter highs, just cohesive sound where every part of the mix has its place and nothing fights for attention. Music feels layered in a live dialogue and vocals stay anchored. Dynamics have presence without strain. Your system feels intentional, not just loud. Every moment feels richer and more engaging. It takes a bit of setup thought, and once you've heard this, weak audio feels thin. At some point the endless comparison loop just ends. You stop toggling between specs and go with what already feels like the one you'll actually live with every day. The system that finally matches how you want to experience sound. If you've outgrown flat staging, shallow bass, and receivers that don't let your music breathe, don't let this be the upgrade you delay and regret later. Check availability now, decide with confidence, and let your audio finally keep pace with the way you want to hear every track, every score, every moment.